Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris. Today I'm going to be talking about exam jitters and the anxiety that comes with big assignments and examinations. Because yesterday we had kickoff for our third and final project of the semester. And the third project is also our exam project, which means if we do this wrong, we'll fail. If we make a mistake in the link, we'll fail. If we, there are so many ways to fail, and they keep pounding it into our heads that you're going to fail if you do this, you're going to fail if you do that, you're going to fail. And I wasn't concerned until yesterday's meeting. First of all, it turns out I am not allowed to do some of the things that I was going to do. I'm not allowed to make a portfolio that actually shines, and the reason is they must be able to open it without expertise on a local computer. He basically told me that any individual one of my classmates should be able to open my website from the local files without any knowledge of how to do it, aside from that which they have on their own. Well, I was running a script. I was basically running a small server that took care of some handling and all of these things. I'd done a lot of back-end work, and that really pissed me off. That I then find out, you're not allowed to do this because it must be able to run locally on someone's machine who only knows how to open an HTML file. Well, if they opened my HTML files, it wouldn't work. Because my HTML files were designed to go through a templating engine where they would be parsed and populated with data. So out the window that goes. Out goes my server. Out goes pretty much everything I've done. But that's okay. It actually simplifies the project. It also makes it a lot less scary. Now I just have to make a website. I can do that easily. So what I need to worry about now are the design elements. I've already done my personas, like we've talked about before. Today, I'll be doing minimum required content, that is to say, what content must be on the site. And I'm going to use that for my mobile first. Then I am going to take that and I'm going to make a mood board. And then I'm going to make a sketch. A mood board is basically just what kind of tone you want to send out. What kind of feeling you want to give the people viewing your site. Professional and sharp, maybe loose and colorful, and those kinds of things. I don't fully understand mood boards yet, so I found a few videos so that I can actually spend some time learning about mood boards and making sure that I do it right. Because my current understanding is a little loose. My current understanding is that you just pull in a bunch of pictures that kind of signify the vibe. Not pictures you're actually going to use, not colors you're actually going to use, just the vibe. So if there are a lot of high-rise buildings and people in suits, then it's a professional vibe. If there's a bunch of hippies and, sweaters and stuff, then it's more of a loose vibe. And so I think that's all a mood board really is. Of course, there's more to it than just that, but I think that's the overall thing about it. And so using a mood board would probably be helpful to me in a lot of ways in the future, whereas right now, not so much. But then again, I can reference back to it and be like, am I really sending out the signal? And so once I've done the mood board, I'm going to be making a sketch. And I'm actually going to be making a few sketches because I need mobile, I need tablet, and I need desktop. Because tomorrow we've got evaluations. Sure, that's one thing. Pretty casual about that. But the problem is it takes me almost an hour to get there and almost an hour to get back home. And that's just to spend 20 minutes. So all in all, I'll be spending a couple of hours on just that. Just going to evaluations. And I'll probably be pretty exhausted when I come home because I'll have biked 24 kilometers. And I know that to some people that's not a lot, but to me that is quite a bit to do in one hit, I think. I've never actually done it in one hit, just back and forth like that. Anyway, so I'll be going there. And then when I come home, or maybe even in the morning, because I'm not actually sure what time my evaluation is just yet. I would make my wireframe, which is kind of like a more detailed digital sketch. Oh, and it's very important that I actually that I take pictures of my process of sketching, because my sketches are physical. I do those in hand with markers and paper. And yes, I know that that's a waste, but if any one of you wants to gift me the Remarkable 2, then feel free to do that. But unfortunately, I do not have that much money. They're pretty cheap all in all, and I'll definitely be getting one. But I can't afford it now. I can't afford it at my current place in life, unfortunately. They cost about $1,000 because, you need the thing and then you need the cover, and I think it's about $1,000 it runs up to. And then there's a monthly plan as well, which I can't afford either, because my budget is so in the toilet that I can barely even afford to be alive. It actually really, really sucks. And that's just life right now. It's one of the reasons I'm working so hard to get out. I'm working really hard, I am. But I'm already seeing, remember yesterday, I talked about how being in the group actually makes me more efficient and how I think I need these people. Well, I really do. Because I was kind of lazy and demotivated and had no real plan. But then Simone sat us down and we all made a plan. And Simone, god damn it, I need to stop saying her name. S. Okay, so the great thing is that I have so many positive things to say about S. That said, I need to practice not saying her name. I don't think she gets offended. They technically know I have a podcast. They know I talk about them. So she hasn't said anything about it. They also haven't heard the podcast, though. So I want to not say their names in order to kind of protect them, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, S sat us down and she made a plan. And that's a plan that we're following. Without her, I would not be this efficient. I would not be making this much in such a short amount of time. And also, I wouldn't be motivated to actually figure out what a mood board is, because now I want to impress my team, not just the boss, but my team. I want to show my team what I'm capable of. And I think I should start referring to them as that. Instead of a group, they are my team. And like I said yesterday, I want to work with these people. S&M would be amazing work partners. And I think we could do great things. Now let's see where that brings us, of course. But I really do think that we could do great things. And I'm hoping that over summer, I'll be able to acquire a lot of knowledge and learn a lot of things about Illustrator, Photoshop, and Premiere Pro especially, and possibly set up a gig on Fiverr or a web shop or something like that. I actually really, really, really want to do these things. And I've got 2 months approximately this summer. As long as I don't fail my exams, I've got 2 months. And during those 2 months, I'll be doing lots of LinkedIn Learning courses, and I'll also be practicing my own stuff. I'll be using that to maybe start making some posters. I kind of want to make posters and start selling those posters. And I know it's not that simple. I know it's going to take time to acquire customers and all that, but I know how to go about advertising it. And if I make posters, I need to make 10 posters maybe. And I can also make stickers, perhaps, and these kinds of things. Then I can start selling them on my web shop. And I think that could be pretty fun. And it would also help, because I want to start a collective, kind of. I'm looking to start a collective rather than a business, so that we all gain a little when someone gains. So it would be, I haven't done the math, not yet. So this is just a loose overview of what I'm thinking. So don't go telling me, that's not doable for this and that reason. I know it's not. I need to figure out how to do it and if it even is doable in the way that I want to do it. But the essence of it is that we share a web shop. And the people who want to come there and be a part of that web shop, they can. There's a minimum production requirement and all of that. And then you earn, let's say, 80% of what you get from a sale. The other 20%, they go into a pool. And that pool is then distributed out to other people depending on how much they sold. So it won't be completely equal, but you'll gain a little bit from other people's sales as well. You'll lose a little on your own, gain a little on others, and then you can have it all collected in one place. And you can sort it by artist and all of those things. But this would help us to not get overwhelmed, because one person doesn't need to make 100 products. No, 10 people could each make 10 products, or 20 people could each make 5 products, and would still be an equally large shop. And then every time someone sells, everyone else also makes a little money, as long as they sell as well. So you do need to sell, but you don't need to sell a lot. And I don't know how that would actually work out, like mathematically. It's just one of those things where there is no motivation for someone to be on the platform if they get overshadowed by everyone else. So, as long as you produce content for the platform that has sold in the past, maybe, or, I'm just talking out of my ass right now. It's something like this that I think would be really interesting to do. It would be interesting for all of us because it would be motivating. And at least I want to design posters, stickers, badges, logos. I know logos don't really sell on a web shop, but you get my point, right? I want to do these things. I want to make lots of things. I'm getting better and better at them. And I know I can succeed. Especially if I get that scholarship. I know that it's not a matter of the equipment you have. It's a matter of your own personal talent. But the truth is, the equipment would help me a lot. Right now, my workstation is not optimal. There's still a lot that could be done. And the benefit of the laptop that I'm looking at would be that I could still connect it to external screens. So I could still use it with my bigger screens. I could potentially use it with my TV for that matter. But the thing about it is that having the pen support, being able to touch the screen, it's kind of like a tablet computer. And that's what really bugs me here, because zooming, for example, is, okay, this sounds like a first world problem, and it kind of is, but zooming is weird, and it differs from program to program. And so just being able to zoom and rotate and all of these things with your fingers would feel a lot more natural and would make my work a lot faster. Now, the pen support would allow me to do precision work. Right now, I'm working with a mouse. And while it is doable, I often find myself zooming all the way in and painting individual pixels, and it just takes way too long compared to being able to do precision work with a digital pen. So I really want that scholarship, and I know that it's a luxury for me if I get it. It's not a necessity for me to get it. I don't need it in order to do good work, but I feel that it would support me in doing good work. And also, I'd be able to go away from home. I'd be able to go camping with my parents. I'd be able to, go visit them. I'd be able to work while I was in Canada, much better than I currently can. I can program as much as I want while in Canada, but I'd be able to do more digital work if I had this thing. There's just a lot to it. I hope I get this. I'm excited to know if I do. There's, like a month and a half until I'll know if I get it. I don't think I will, but I really do hope that I will. And in the meantime, maybe I should look into other scholarships. Maybe I should put an effort into trying my best to actually get a hold of this computer. I keep hoping for my investments to go back up, and then I'll sell some of them, invest some in more stable stuff, and use some to buy the computer. But it's not looking like that's going to happen. My investments just keep going down, and I'm holding on no matter what, because if anything, it's just a little bit of money. It's not much. Anyway, that's for another day. I've talked too much already. It has been fun talking to you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.